Okay, welcome everybody. I am so glad you guys are all here for our Mommy and Me Wellness Community event. Today, we're going to talk everything cloth diapering. This event is brought to you by the Healthy Living Revolution, and our goal is just to bring mommies together and help them find out information that they may be interested in, especially from perspectives that are kind of maybe we consider a little bit crunchy or natural, and kind of just help mommies navigate that. And I think this conversation today is especially interesting. My oldest daughter is 34 years old today, and when I tried cloth diapering with her, I will tell you, and it was back when we still had to use the pens, which you have inevitably stuck your kid with, and the little plastic outside bloomers. I think I didn't last a week. So maybe if I'd had today's option, it would be different. So I'm really excited to introduce you guys, everybody, to our expert, Alissa Rose. And I just want to tell you, I'm going to tell you a little tiny bit about her before she gets started. One of the things that fascinates me is that she actually can make her own cloth diapers, which she can tell you more about, and that she's a mommy of 3 babies under 2. So if everybody thinks you're busy, I mean, I don't even know how she's doing this, honestly. So good for you, Alissa. If you don't mind unmuting yourself, I'd like you to go ahead and just share with everybody your experience, what brought you to cloth diapering, what made you interested about it, and then you can take it from there.
Yeah, so I actually got into cloth diapering because it was my job. So I've been a nanny basically my whole life. And when I was 19, 20, I started working for my last family. And she had a baby that just broke out in every kind of diaper. We were having issues with like super bad diaper rashes. We were having issues with yeast. Like she just had every kind of diaper rash possible she had. And this poor baby was only like 2-3 months old when we decided to switch to cloth. And so it was like just out of desperation. Like she was paying for Honest diapers and had another one in diapers still. So you can, if you know how expensive Honest diapers are, you can imagine how expensive it was to buy for 2 babies. And she just came home one day and she was like, look, can we try cloth? Like, is that something you're open to as a nanny? She was like, you're going to have to spray some poopy diapers. And I get that it's not your kid. So if you want to say no, then we'll figure something else out. She was like, but I feel like this may be the answer to all of our problems. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I'll spray your kid's poop. Like, I already clean up your kid's vomit and throw up and like all the other bodily fluids. Like, what's one more, you know? And so from there, we just kind of like took off. That was in 2016. So I have officially been cloth diapering children for 4 years. And it was just like a total game changer. We started with a batch of pre-loved diapers that she got from a friend that she worked with. And from there, we were both just like obsessed immediately. They're so much cuter. They don't stink as much as everyone here is thinking that they stink. Like when a child pees in a disposable diaper, you can smell it, and it's not the same with cloth. And so I liked that because I hate that chemically pee smell. It's just one of my like top 10 grossest things in the world. And so we just took off from there. And then once I got pregnant, it was just like, what was done? Like I didn't even know what brand of disposable diapers I would try with my daughter. I didn't know how the sizing worked at this point. And so from the get-go, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna cloth diaper my kids. Like to me, this was normal at that point. And so my daughter arrived, and I did not invest in a full stash of newborn diapers when Ella was a baby, because I figured as a first-time mom, there was no way that I was gonna have time to be doing all this laundry right away. And then she was allergic to almost every single disposable diaper they sold at Walmart. And I was like, well, I guess we don't have very many options here. And so I quickly invested in some more newborns. And since then, Ella and her brothers have both been almost exclusively cloth diapered. I mean, we do disposables every once in a while. I'm a human. Some days I don't want to clean other people's poop. It is what it is. Like, I'm man enough to admit it. But like, one package of diapers honestly lasts us at least a month, if not more. But I also couldn't afford to put 3 children in disposable diapers. Like, there's no way I would be spending almost $400 a month in diapers. And my kids have super sensitive skin, so it's not even like I could do a Love or like the Parent's Choice. They break out with even like Pampers, and so I have to use the clean brands, and I can't afford that. And so that's why we cloth diaper. And also they're so freaking cute.
First of all, kudos to you for having 3 babies in diapers, period. I know it's always like, oh, here's another baby. Let's hurry up and get this one out of diapers if possible, but you have no choice because how old are your kids?
Ella is 20 months, and then the boys are 6 months.
Just twins.
Yes.
Okay, absolutely crazy. It's going to be a fun ride, I'll tell you. Okay, so I know everybody has a lot of questions about cloth diapering. So here, those of you who are on here, if you guys don't mind, 2 things in the chat to start with. If you guys will just post your full name and who invited you in the chat, that way we can spin the wheel for prizes at the end. And second of all, if you have questions as they come up, and just in case they don't get addressed, you can certainly type them in the chat and or hang on for the end because we're going to give you a chance to ask some questions then too. And if there's other cloth diapering mommies on here who want to share their experience in a little while, we're happy to have you do that too. So Alissa, so let's start with some frequently asked questions. What's the #1 question people ask about cloth diapering?
So I think the #1 question that I always get asked is, what do you do with the poop? People are like super grossed out by your kid's poop, but you're gonna deal with poop no matter what. If it's in a disposable diaper, if it's in a cloth diaper, like that's your kid, you gotta clean them. And so there are 2 options for cleaning poop off of your diapers. You can use a diaper sprayer, which is kind of just like a water hose that you connect to your toilet, and it has like a power, what is the word I'm looking for? More water pressure. So you just spray the diaper off. The other option is that you just swish it around in the toilet. That's what I do, because if I had a diaper sprayer connected to my toilet, my bathroom would constantly be flooded because I have a toddler. And she's very curious, and I'm not taking that chance. So I just swish them off in the toilet. 90% of the time that does the trick, and it's not a big deal. Occasionally I'll have to get like a wipe and wipe it off in the toilet, but it's really not that big of a deal. Also, if your baby is breastfed, you don't have to rinse the poop off at all. Breast milk poo is actually 100% water soluble, and so you can just throw it in the washing machine and it comes out nice and clean and beautiful. Yeah. Another super frequently asked question is, where do you buy them? So you cannot go to Walmart, at least in our area. Some Walmarts do now carry cloth diapers. One of the brands that I'm going to show you came out with a starter kit that they sell at Walmart exclusively. Our Walmarts don't have them quite yet, but I'm hoping that they'll be here soon because I think that's great. But stores like Bye Bye Baby actually carry a couple different brands, but the most common place to buy them is online, which, I mean, you can get them on Amazon and have them shipped in 2 days. So it's not like you're waiting 10 years for shipping. And then also from friends, like, you would be surprised how many people you know have cloth diapers that either tried and it didn't work out, or they were gifted from like a grandma and they don't want them. So like all the time on Facebook Marketplace, people will post lots of cloth diapers for super, super cheap because it just didn't work out for them. They didn't even try them, or their kids have aged out of it, and so now they don't need them. And it's perfectly safe to buy used diapers. That's another question people ask a lot. It's not gross. It's just like buying used clothes. Whenever you buy a pre-loved diaper, you're gonna sanitize it, which is super easy. Everyone's washing machine, most of the time, has a sanitized setting that you can use on diapers, and then it's like they're brand new. So I think those are.
And will you give us some names of some places as well?
Yeah, so I'm going to show you. I actually have a nice,
I don't want to jump the gun, sorry.
stack of diapers sitting next to me that I kind of put in order from like the most like a disposable diaper to the least like a disposable diaper. And it just so happens that all of these diapers are all of my favorite brands. Yeah, I don't think there's any brand in here that I wouldn't call one of my favorites. And so I'll show you guys those. I guess I could do that now. So my number one favorite brand is Grovia. And I reached out to them this morning, and they did not give us like a special discount code, but they do have a thing going right now on their website where if you sign up for the mailing list, I want to say you get 15% off your first order. But they also have a really cool program where if you buy more than one diaper, they discount your total order. So like from 1 to 5 diapers, you get like a 5% discount. From 5 to 10, you get like a 10% discount. So the more you buy, the more you save, which is super awesome because my kiddos use Grovia almost exclusively at this point because they fit my kids the best. And so they're my favorite. But this is an all-in-one diaper. This is where the absorbency is sewn in. And this is going to be the most like a disposable diaper. You just put it on the baby, all one piece, baby pees, baby poops, whatever, you take it off and you put it in your diaper pail. You don't have to unstuff it or anything. This is the most similar to a disposable diaper. This is a pocket diaper. And this is what I would say is the most common type of cloth diapers right now. What you do is you stuff it in this little pocket, and this is Bum Genius. This is one of my other favorite brands because their quality is so good. Like this specific diaper we bought in 2016 to diaper Hannah, the little girl that I nannied, and it still is like in perfect condition. This is on its like 5th kid, guys, and it still is working perfectly fine, no issues. So you put this on the baby, you snap it, and then after the baby goes to the bathroom, you'll have to remove the insert, and then you put it in the wash. Super simple, just one more step up from a disposable because you do have to pull the insert out. The next two are all-in-twos, which means that the absorbency kind of snaps in and you cannot reuse the cover. So you put it on, and when you wash it after it comes out of the dryer, you have to add the absorbency and it just snaps. And then you put it on the baby, baby goes to the bathroom, you take it off, and you have to put the whole thing in the wash. Same thing as the all-in-ones in the pockets. What makes this considered an all-in-two is that you cannot reuse the shell because they have absorbency built in here as well. So later I'll show you covers, and covers you can reuse as long as they don't have poop on them. But this is from one of my other favorite companies. This is from a work-at-home mom, and she makes the cutest diapers. She actually has a discount code for you guys that I will put in the Facebook group later or add to the end of the chat. But she's super great. She only does stockings to her website once a month, so you have to kind of keep an eye on her site. But she makes all her diapers by hand. She's in the US, and she's also like one of the kindest people you will ever meet. And so I love supporting her. I have another diaper from her as well down here. So this is a hybrid diaper. And a hybrid diaper is the same thing as an all-in-two, where you snap in the inserts. And when a baby goes to the bathroom, pees, poops, if it's pee, you can take out the absorbency and reuse this cover. So a lot of people choose this diapering system as well as the flats and the pre-folds that I'll show you in a second, because you don't have to have as many covers. So I could use this, put a new one in, and I can use it probably 2 or 3 diaper changes before I would switch out the cover. If it has a poop, obviously you have to put it in the pail, but most of the time you can get through probably like half a day, honestly, per cover. This is another type of cover. This is just a different brand. This is Petite Crown. They are also super awesome. They're owned by a mom. They're super small. They've only been in business for about a year, but her packages, every time that she sends you a diaper, you'll get treats, a handwritten note. She's just super sweet, and you can tell that she loves what she does, and so that's why we support her as well. But covers, you can use flats, which is
do me a favor. Can you just push back a little bit and then just hold each one of them up again and show like this is this kind of diaper, just for, just.
So this is the hybrid, and this is what the insert kind of looks like. And so you snap it in.
Okay.
And then this is the all-in two. And so it looks very similar to the hybrid. The only difference is that there is absorbency in here.
Okay.
And so you can't reuse this part because of it.
But you can separate the insert. I guess that's the value of that one.
But you can if you needed to add absorbency, if your baby didn't need as much. It's just that it's a little bit more customizable versus an all-in-one, where like this is the all-in-one, where the absorbency is just sewn in.
It's sewn in, okay.
So you can't take it out. You can add more, obviously, by like just layering things, but it's not secure. And so this is the all-in-one. This is the one that's most like a disposable diaper. These are also super great, a little bit off tangent, but for potty training, because the wings are stretchy, and so you can kind of snap it like a pull-up. And so potty training.
Okay.
And then this is the pocket diaper.
And you said this is the most popular style for new cloth diapering mommies, right?
I think that this, and I'm sure Kenna would agree with me, that this is probably the number one. This is what people try first because it is so simple. It's easy to get the poop off because it's just one piece that you just spray off. It's easy to customize because you can put whatever inserts you want inside. So we use a hemp and cotton blend, or we use pre-folds. And this is probably what you used 34 years ago.
That's exactly what I used 34 years ago.
That they're still around is because they're freaking amazing. Like, they absorb so much. I have had actually this specific since 2017, and it is still absorbing pee. It's doing its job. They're so easy to clean, and you can do like the fancy folds with them. I'm not going to show you any because I don't do it. I just will pad fold it to where you fold it like in a triangle and lay it inside the cover. And I do the same thing, honestly, with my flat diapers, which is probably also something you used back in the day, but they're just big towels, honestly. And you just can fold them like a little pad and stick it in the cover, or they have fancy folds. You can find them on Pinterest.
Yeah, because they have boy folds. I remember from when I did it way back then, there's boy folds and girl folds and all that kind of stuff.
Special folds at nighttime, it's just.
And truthfully, if you get in a bind, you can use like a kitchen like towel or a hand towel. It will work.
Yeah, we have actually done that before. We were at my in-laws and ran out of diapers, and my mother-in-law was freaking out, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "Give me a towel." Like,
we'll figure this out.
Yeah. And so the flats and the pre-folds you put in the cover. Same thing as the hybrid system. You can reuse the cover as long as it's not soiled or like super wet. A lot of people will kind of alternate covers so that while baby's wearing one, the other one is kind of drying off, airing out, and then switching it throughout the day. My kids.
Okay. So let's talk about seriously cleaning them, because you said that they don't smell, and I will agree with you because Kenna has cloth diaper her daughters. My daughter has cloth diaper her daughters, and the girls don't smell. But I have definitely picked up cloth diaper babies before that definitely smell. So you've got to tell us what's the secret? How do you really clean these diapers so that they don't carry the smell?
Is that there's no one size fits all. Your washing routine is going to be trial and error. It depends on so many things. It depends on what kind of washer you have, what kind of detergent you, what hardness your water is. Like, it takes a little bit of trial and error, but it's not rocket science. Like, most of the things that you need to know to effectively clean your cloth diapers, you probably already have an idea of. So a typical wash routine will look like your baby pees in a diaper. You put it either in a wet bag, which is just a waterproof bag, and they have like really big ones to fit a couple days worth of diapers. This is a small one for like if I was going on a play date. Or you can put your diapers just in a pail, like a laundry hamper type thing, which is what we do. And just to let them air out so that the stink isn't like accumulating in there. You put them in the hamper, you put them in the wet bag, and then you'll put them in the wash after you have as many diapers as you have, or a day or two's worth. And you'll do a quick wash, usually on cold, but that'll depend on what kind of water hardness you have. And that'll get just like the bulk of the pee and the poo and all the gross stuff out of it. And then you'll do a deep clean. And the way that I describe moms who are asking me questions about the wash routine is that I do my main wash for my diapers on the same settings that I do my husband's work clothes. So whatever you use to get like the dirty stuff, whether it's your husband's work clothes or your toddler's been playing in the mud, like we all have that one setting on our washer that is just tried and true. And when you hit the button, you know your clothes are going to come out super clean. And so that's the one I use for my main wash. And then you can hang dry your diapers. You can put them in the dryer on medium. Like, you can't use super high heat because it will melt the covers. But you can put it on low or medium, whatever your preference is. There's a lot of like controversy regarding that. It's just your preference, really.
Okay. So you got to play with it a little bit. Start with a routine, play with it, and you'll find your own niche. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, guys, before we move on, I want to just make sure that if any of you hopped on after we got started, please put your name in the chat with who invited you so that we can make sure to include you in our fun giveaway here at the end, here in just a few minutes. And I'm thinking, I know, I have one more question, and then we're going to open it up. Okay, so you're out and about. Do you always cloth diaper when you're out and about, or do you ever use like a disposable? And if you always cloth diaper, do you just take that wet bag and throw them in there? Is that your process for being out and about?
Yeah, so it just kind of depends. Like I said, I'm human, and there are some times where disposables are just easier, and so I do disposables. 90% of the time I do cloth, just because I don't want to pay for disposable diapers. And so when I do, I will bring just my wet bag, I'll throw the diapers in. If we are somewhere like a family or a friend's house, then I'll clean any poo off of the diapers in their toilet. If we're, at church or at the grocery store, I'll just roll up the diaper and stick it in the wet bag and take care of the poop when I get home. But if we are going to be out of the house for, honestly, my limit is 3 diaper changes per kid. I do disposables, because at that point I would have to carry around multiple wet bags, and that just...
3 babies in diapers.
As much as I can fit in one wet bag, we'll do cloth. The other exception is long car rides. My daughter is what is known as a flutter, which means that she holds her bladder way longer than is age appropriate. And so once she finally pees, she like soaks the diaper immediately. And so I don't want to take the chance of her sitting in her car seat covered in pee. And so when we do a long car ride, I'll put her in a disposable just to be safe. Most of the time she's fine, but I can't tell you how many times we've like gotten to church and I've pulled her out of her car seat and her pants are wet, and so she has to go to church with no pants on. To be pantless, but like sometimes the pants are cute and they go with her outfit, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, but I will admit that my granddaughters, when they're in their cute little fancy colored little cloth diapers and just little t-shirts, look adorable.
yeah.
Or that doesn't look the same with a disposable diaper for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have another question. Tell everybody how many it takes to get started and what sizes you buy to get going, because I'm sure that's something that everybody wants to know.
Yeah, so if you're gonna cloth diaper from birth, I don't think that newborn diapers are totally necessary, depending on how big your children are. So Ella was born at 8 pounds, and we did get a handful of newborn size diapers, and I'll show you the size difference between the two of them. But she was fitting in one size diapers, which is there's newborn and then there's one size in most brands. A couple brands will have sized diapers, but most of them it's just one size, which fits from 7 to 35 pounds. So this is a one size diaper fully opened, and this is a newborn diaper fully opened. So these are teeny. And so for most babies, I don't think they're necessary. I feel like most of the time you can fit, like these Grovia hybrids fit the boys at 6 pounds.
Okay.
These are not born at 6 pounds. Most babies are born at 7, 8 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But these did fit them at 4 and 5 pounds when they were born.
So you're probably going to go through those so fast that it's probably not a good investment.
I think that it was a good investment for the boys. Because I knew they were going to be born small, and they were born at 4 and 5 pounds. And so these fit them right away, and it fit them up until they still fit them technically, but they pee too much to absorb for the absorbency. And so we stopped using these with all 3 of my kids once they hit about 11 pounds. But that still was with like them snapped as small as they went. And so we had room to grow. My kids just
pee a lot.
So I think that newborns are worth the investment if you know that your baby's going to be small. That's it.
Okay.
But one size diapers, I say that you really should have about 12 for each kid at the bare minimum. And that's going to get you through about a day in the beginning. And then once your kids are a little bit older, it's going to be about a day and a half.
How much would you say a good amount of, well, you know what, if you're starting from scratch and you have a shower, you can ask them for a shower. But if somebody had children already and they wanted to go get started, how much would a dozen diapers to get started cost?
It depends on what brand you want. So for example, we started out with Nora's Nursery, the brand that I'm going to be giving away. Nora's Nursery, Alva, Mama Koala are brands that are very reasonably priced, and they're priced at about $8, $9 a diaper, I would say. And so those are pocket diapers, which is the most popular style right now. And so at that price point, it's not that big of a deal. You know, you're spending 120 bucks tops, and you'll have a full day. Yeah, Kenna uses Nora's Nursery. And so you'll have a full day's worth of diapers for about 120 bucks, which sounds like a lot up front, but I mean, disposable diapers are expensive, and you only have to buy cloth diapers once.
That's right.
Other brands like the Grovias, their hybrid diapers are $16 a piece. And so they're a little bit pricier, but you don't have to buy as many covers. And so that's where it kind of balances out. So I would say for a first-time mom who's looking to buy a dozen diapers just to start, you would probably be spending about $150.
Yeah, and until you get an addiction, right, Kenna?
We have diaper out here is because I knew that Kenna would call me out on how many diapers we have.
Okay, so I put everybody on gallery view on my computer, and you guys can do the same on yours if you want to see everybody, because I'm going to open it up for questions now. Questions and comments, and please remember, because we're going to be drawing in just a few minutes, if you haven't already, put your name in the comment box with who invited you, because we want to make sure to be able to get you these diapers if you win. So, okay, you'll have to unmute yourself if you have a question. Does anybody have questions or comments? Or do you have some experience of your own you'd like to share? Did I miss any questions? Did we miss anything? Marley?
So, I honestly wasn't sure what information I was going to find coming into this call, but I hear a lot of talk about cloth diapers. I know a few people who've done it. And especially for newborns, I've always thought, okay, if I ever do cloth diapers, probably wouldn't do it for a newborn because, you know, you're changing their diapers all the time. But the more I'm thinking about it, it's just like I'm always looking for a way to save money.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the sheer expense, especially once you get into pull-ups. Like I was spending $35 every week and a half, 2 weeks on pull-ups. So you can imagine the amount of money I was spending on pull-ups, and then the regular diapers are not that much cheaper. So investment-wise, I think it's super, super smart. And like, I'm kind of really interested now.
Well, and not to mention if you can care about like being conservative as far as what you're throwing away or anything like that too. And I know that a lot of us are a lot more conscientious about that as well. So it can feel really bad when you're constantly throwing those diapers away, I'm sure.
Yeah,
And
especially
not like the ones I buy are not, I don't probably not biodegradable. I'm fortunate my boys don't have sensitive skin, so I can buy the cheaper diapers. But
oh my gosh, Kenna said diapers take 500 years.
yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that'll make you think twice right there too.
Yeah.
Another thing that to talk about like the investment and how it's worth it, you can resell these diapers.
That's true.
So I haven't resold my newborns because I am extremely attached to them. They're still here. But these retail for I think $16 if you buy them new. But if you buy them used, newborn diapers can sell for $12 to $14 a piece because they're in them for such a short amount of time that they're basically new. And so definitely worth the investment. Definitely.
Okay. Somebody has asked if you don't mind, because I'm not going to get them all right. Do you mind typing in the brands you listed? That would be helpful.
Oh, didn't mean to say.
And you could save the chat too, people, if you want to afterwards, in a file, so you'll have it right there. But I know we listed Nora's Nursery, Petite Crown,
Yeah.
Bum Genius, and that's all I can see that I wrote down.
Yeah. I cannot talk to you and type this.
That's okay. You type. We'll see if anybody has any more questions or comments. Any other cloth diapering moms? Oh, Abigail.
Hi, I have a question. So, I knew a lady that cloth diaper her whole pregnant, like all her kids, and so she told me to get into it. And I found a lady on Facebook that I bought Bum Genius from. I'm assuming these are all in one. She was telling me about these two different flaps. I have like a small one, and then I have a big one. She was telling me to use one at night, use one during the day. Does it really matter? Because I haven't used these. I wanted to go through this meeting first and then start using cloth diapers. I have a 4-month-old. I just want to make sure I'm doing what's best for her and what's right.
Yeah, no. So what you have, I'm pretty sure is a pocket. It looks very similar to what I have. I mean, I'm not there, so I can't see.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a pocket. And so Bum Genius diapers come with 2 inserts. And so those are microfiber inserts, which at 4 months will probably be fine. At some point, she'll outgrow that absorbency. But she should be okay. The smaller one is considered the infant insert. And so that's the one that fits best in the diaper when it's snapped as small as it can go. The larger one will probably have snaps on it so you can adjust the size of it. And that's the one that you will use as the diaper gets bigger. But you can snap it small, stuff it in there. It's going to work no matter what. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to absorbency. It's just what works for you. So during the day, you might have to use both. You might be able to get away with the smaller one. You might need the middle one. Like, it's just a trial and error, but there's no right or wrong answer. The only thing is that with microfiber, you have to make sure it goes in the pocket because microfiber can't be against the baby's skin. It's super drying, and so it'll suck the moisture out of their bottom, and you'll have a nasty rash.
Okay.
And then one more thing. She gave me these things. I don't know if you've used these. She says to put them on the diaper to collect, like, if it's poop. I don't know.
They're just liners, and I have a roll. I don't know what outlet is mine, actually. They're just liners. You lay them down in the pocket against the baby's skin so that if they poop, you can just, the idea is that you just take the liner and throw it away, and you don't have to wash any poop off the diaper.
Okay, that's awesome.
What's the best option for lazy moms? All-in-ones. All-in-ones.
Okay. Kenna said all-in-ones, and Kenna, I know that you had problems with, you had a couple problems with Aria when you diapered out of the box with her. What would you say you would do different with that experience?
Sorry, Aria just developed like a growling thing. So, so we cloth diapered right at birth, and we bought Alva pockets. I think Alva pockets are good for one size, but I would not personally buy their newborn diapers. They're very teeny tiny pockets, and the microfiber inserts that came with, she was peeing out of every single one. So I was like so defeated and just so frustrated. I was like, why did I decide to cloth diaper? And then we put it away. I decided to just use disposables. And then at 4 months, we picked it back up, and I'm like never going back because I love cloth diapers so much. So that's what I would say is somebody else had mentioned, I can't remember who, doing covers and pre-folds in the newborn stage. I would say that's probably a really good idea. Either that or like flats. I don't have experience with flats, but we did use pre-folds and covers for a little bit. So that's a really good option.
Okay, cool. Okay, before we get ready to draw and talk about what's coming up next week, does anybody else have a comment or a question?
I'm trying to make sure I answered everyone's question.
And you know what? You can go back in the event too, guys. If you end up having questions afterwards, go back in the event and Alissa will go back there and answer questions too.
Message me.
I know some of the things we didn't cover were things like natural ways of dealing with diaper rash and things like that. But we can deal with that inside the event, because I know that's probably some things that people would want to know as well. But I don't want to keep everybody here too much longer, because I know probably you guys all have babies and have to get back to them. So have everybody put your name in the chat and who invited you, so we can put you in the wheel to draw?
I'm going to just go down the list of names, and please somebody point out to me if I missed somebody.
Okay.
And also forgive me if I don't pronounce your name correctly. So I have Abigail B, because I don't know how to say your last name. Sorry. Marley S. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this. I think my mom invited you. It's Tzaddi.
Zadi.
Zadi. Aubrey, Nikki, Rachel, Tyler, Kirst, am I saying that right? Taylor, Brianna, Rach, and Mackenzie. I don't know if you wanted to be in the drawing. You hadn't commented on the chat. Would you? She's on here, but she didn't comment.
Okay, definitely. If you do, go ahead and put her in. And if for some reason, if you guys aren't in the event, it's going to be easier for us to find you if you're in the event, or we know who invited you, so we can send you the diapers if you win them. So.
Did I miss anybody's name for the drawing?
I don't see anybody.
I think I got it. I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay, before you draw, Taylor, you're speaking on Mommy's Essential Oils next week, right?
Tyler, yeah.
Oh, it's Tyler. That's right. I'm seeing Taylor down there, so sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. I was having technical difficulties. Yes, I will be speaking on oils. Mainly oils, but then kind of going into like a toxic-free lifestyle. Sorry, it's like detoxify. I don't know why I was thinking that. Toxic-free lifestyle.
That's not toxify our lifestyle for sure.
No, but I did want to mention while I'm here, I want to give away peppermint to you guys, just like as a random drawing. For being here next week. And then I've got some really cool prizes for anybody that decides to get a starter kit. And if anyone gets on ER, you're getting like a buttload of stuff. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
We'll talk about that next week.
Awesome. And then we'll get into all those essential oils that you need as a mommy. So, okay. So let's get this going. Ken, I'm gonna let you share your screen so everybody can see you do the drawing.
Sure thing. All right, let's see.
Drum roll. Do you have the diapers, Alissa, so you can hold them up the ones you're giving away?
Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry guys. All right, so I've got everybody's names in here. Don't mind my email back there. Let's see.
Hey, this is fun.
Aubrey.
Oh, it was almost Nikki. Aubrey wins. Yay, Aubrey. Okay. How awesome is that? Aubrey? Yay. Okay, fun. Did you have the diapers with you so everybody can see them?
They are packaged up because they are literally brand new. I don't even remember when I ordered these. Hannah makes fun of me every time I talk about them.
I'm trying to also mute myself.
Nikki, you almost got to try some cloth diaper in there. That was close.
It comes with 4 diapers, 4 inserts, and so for most people, it's gonna get you through like half a day. And it's just a good idea. You'll know at the end of that day if this is for you or if it's not.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking. Thanks for giving away some diapers. Please join us, guys, and invite your friends. We just really want to help add value to your mommy's lives and make lives easier for you and figure out this, the ins and outs of a more natural lifestyle. So please come again every week. We'll be here at 1 o'clock Central Time, hopefully on Facebook Live as well. Not this week. Thanks for coming, everybody, and see you next time.